Sorry it's been so long. Been a little busy, but I'm going to start off by reading Matthew 5:6. It says, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled." I mean, when Jesus says hunger for righteousness, I think he's talking about people who try on a day-to-day basis, every second of every day, to not break any of God's commandments, not break any of the laws, not covet, not lie, none of it. And on top of that, being as Christ-like as you possibly can in every situation. Be humble and meek, kind and caring, selfless. I mean, do what you can to help other people. It says in the Bible, the first shall be last and the last shall be first in heaven. And the greatest in this time will be the least, and the least in this time will be the greatest. So just keep that in mind when you see people that are struggling and they're homeless or whatever. Jesus and God, they love those people, and they want to see us as Christians helping those people, doing what we can for them. I mean, to be as righteous as you possibly can in every situation. I know I try, and it's so hard because, I might tell a lie just because I don't want to offend someone or make them upset, or, they might ask me, did you see that I called, or did you get my text? And I didn't want to call them back, or I didn't feel like texting back, and so I say no, and then right afterwards I'm frustrated that I just lied to them for absolutely no reason. So I get it. Being as righteous as possible is a difficult thing, but at the same time, I love a challenge. So I enjoy the challenge. Just constantly trying to be selfless and do what I can for other people, and find ways with the little bit of means that I have to show people Jesus. I mean, Jesus says you will know my followers by the things that they do. And just to show people Jesus for me is what I enjoy doing. Because I know Jesus is watching, and I know my dad in heaven is watching. So I want to do things every day, all day, that make them proud of me. Am I perfect? No, not at all. I definitely do not think I am going to make sainthood, but I'm definitely going to try. I mean, I enjoy being as Christ-like, and coming from someone like me, as I hear those words come out of my mouth, is so far from who I have always been in my past. I never in my life thought that I would be like this. I used to think to myself, what are we gonna do in heaven? Just sit around praising and worshiping and glorifying God? What's that gonna be like? I mean, and now I can't wait. I mean, if that's what I was going to do every second in heaven, I would be grateful to be able to do that. And I mean, I try to do that now. Just do things and pray and talk to my dad in heaven as much as I possibly can every day. I mean, sometimes it's the end of the day and I think to myself, I didn't really talk to my dad that much today. I really didn't pray that much, and I regret it. So yeah, definitely didn't think I would reach this point in my life, but I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for all of it, and I can't emphasize that enough. I mean, how amazing is our dad in heaven? How loving and merciful and understanding. I mean, we are so, as a species, humans are so far gone from what we are supposed to be like. I mean, we are focused on the things of this world, and this world is so fallen. And I use this analogy a lot. I say, you know, money is like the carrot dangling in front of the donkey that the devil uses to get humans to condemn themselves to hell. I mean, he just dangles this gold or money in front of people, and they're just following that money like a donkey trying to get that carrot in the opposite direction of heaven and God. And I feel so sorry for those people. Those are the people that I am trying to get in contact with so I can, you know, beg them, you know, tell them it you know, I think a lot of it is the doubt. There's so much doubt, and like for me, I doubted everything, and I think a lot of people just doubt whether or not any of it's true. How do you know? How do you know which one is the right one? How do you know if God is real? But it's a difficult thing for a lot of people. So on top of doing everything you can righteous every day, I mean, the knowledge of the fact that God sent his son to this fallen, sick world, and that Jesus came here knowing what was going to happen to him. That knowledge that we have in our minds, and to be able to explain to people who don't know, because even to this day I run into people There was a guy who came here to repair or look at our refrigerator, and he had no idea who Jesus was and God's plan for salvation. And I was so grateful. I was so excited in hearing that in that moment. So there's still a lot of people that don't know. And I know it's a difficult thing if you don't do it all the time. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. And the more you'll want to do it. I think that your soul comes alive. That part of you that comes from God, when you activate that part of you by doing God's work, doing part of what God and Jesus wants us to do, by telling people who don't know that knowledge, giving them that knowledge. And I've been told this, you just plant the seed. You just plant the seed, just explain it all to them, and then let God do the rest if it's somebody that you don't know and you don't think you'll ever see again. But you just plant that knowledge in their head if they're resistant. And, you know, if they just don't want to commit and, you know, don't want to invite Jesus into their life, then that's their choice in that moment. But by you giving them that knowledge, you have given them the greatest thing they could ever have in this life. I mean, you couldn't have given them $1 trillion that would have been worth more. Jesus said, what is it to lose your soul? But what is it to gain the world but to lose your soul? I mean, that knowledge that we have as Christians in our minds, in our hearts, it is the most precious and the most valuable thing that we carry around. And it costs us nothing to share it. Matter of fact, when you do share it, you're building up treasure in heaven. So you're investing in your eternity. So, yeah, thirst for righteousness. You know, blessed, Jesus says, thirst for righteousness, for those who thirst for it. Just struggle every day to be as righteous as possible. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. It will actually become fun in a way. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share. I'm going to try to start posting back to at least one a week again. So I'm sorry, it's been 2 weeks. I've been dealing with a lot with my puppies. So I hope each and every one of you who might be listening or might not be, but I hope this helps someone. You know, God, your dad in heaven, is watching you, whatever struggles you might be going through, and it's breaking his heart, and it's breaking the other angels' hearts. They struggle with you, and they see your struggle. So thirst for that righteousness. Until next time, God bless.